There are some guys in prison who build their whole life around soap operas, what they called stories. They would determine their workout schedule and when they used the phone, and when they took a shower, when they did everything else to make sure they could be in that cell, locked in, watching their stories. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way a bunch of grown-ass men are sitting around watching soap operas. But yep, not only are they watching them, they will then come out in the pod afterwards and sit at the table and talk about them for hours. I worked in the law library, and the woman who worked over there also would go home after work and watch all the soap operas, and guys would come in her office and be like, oh my God, and did you see this, and did you see that, and what do you think's going to happen with so-and-so, and it was a whole thing. When I think about it, growing up, many people grew up with single mothers or with mothers at home, and they grew up watching soap operas. It was one of those things they grew up used to, but also that made them feel comfortable. It made them feel like home, so it was that normalcy. In the middle of prison, in the middle of all the craziness, in the middle of everything else, they could sit down in front of that TV, they could watch their stories, and they could feel like everything was okay. And I get that, because I didn't do that. I wasn't really interested in soap operas, but I was interested in those basic things that made me feel like home, like going out on the rec yard and laying on the table and looking up at the sky, doing something that made me feel like I was somewhere other than prison. It kind of took me out of where I was and gave me that feeling of being safe, or being in the world, or being at a place that almost feels like home.